Hey, Ian, it's Thaddeus here with a riddle for the chief scientist. I'm working with these things called permission sets. It's a new feature in Winter 12, and the basic use case is we have a scenario where they are creating these things called incident reports, which should only be visible to a certain number of people, and it's who's chosen for that role does not depend upon a profile. So it would be, and it sometimes moves around. It's quite sensitive data. So what I have done is I have created a permission set here. Um, so I have found, so it's got that read, create, edit, view all, so they can see what's going on, and then a number of field permissions that are, so that they should only be able to edit a handful of these fields down here, these fields called follow-up. So what happens, of course, anyone can create a report, but I'm having trouble when it comes to actually then trying to edit or look at one. So here we go. So here we have looking from a different user's perspective here, a user perspective. Here I've got a profile logged in, or a user that's logged in that's had this permissions assignment given to them, which means that unlike other users, when we go to incident reports, this person is able to view all of the incident reports, whereas the organizational wide defaults on incident reports here is set to private, by the way. So this person has access to look at ones, even things that other people have created. And theoretically, one would think that they would have the ability to edit. When I try to click on edit, oh, sorry, I chose the wrong one. So here we go. I also created a sharing rule that lets people get access to it. So anything that is a threshold, that has a threshold rating on it, here is covered by the sharing rule. So let me try this again. So there we go again. So anything that has a threshold level is currently covered by our sharing rule. So it's a little bit of an unfair test. But if I go to take a look at something that is in the covered by, should be covered by our permission set, we can take a look at here, and if I apparently have edit privileges, but when I go to try to do that, I get no. And even more importantly, the fields that I granted access to, if I go to try to do test here, and I hit save, I get a message up here that's telling me, no way, dude, not working. You don't have the access to it. So what am I doing wrong here? So I've got this permission set, and if I change my permission set to grant modify all, then I can do that, but that's precisely what they don't want. They would want people to be able to edit only the specific fields in those incident reports, whereas everyone else can see nothing. So the sharing rule that routes them to the sharing rule that routes them to a queue or a group rather about incident reports covers part of it, except again they can edit all of the fields that are there as opposed to just some of them. Would love your thoughts.